Hello guys, welcome to IIM Kozhikode series. So in the previous videos we have covered RC model questions and today we are going to start with our vocabulary. Okay, so let's see some of the root words first. Okay, so basically what are root words? It's nothing but the basic part, the core part of the word. You know, in English, many of the words are derived from Latin and Greek languages, right? So the basic part, and generally it is, mixed with some prefixes, some suffixes, and a new word comes into the picture. For example, see, bio. Bio means life. So biology, logy is study. So biology becomes study of life. Biography, graphy is generally writing. So when you write an account of someone's life, that becomes your biography. Antibiotic, something that fights against life of bacteria, generally in our usage. Okay, anti is which is opposite, right? So generally when root words are combined, it gives rise to a new word. When different root words are combined, different words are formed. So why do we have to learn these root words? Because what happens is when you encounter a new word, especially in your competitive exams, when you find some new words, it would become easy if you already have some knowledge on the root words part. Okay, it definitely improves your RC also, your reading comprehension speed and analysis speed, and of course it reduces the it reduces the necessity to memorize every single word, right? So root words are important because it will make it easy for you guys to identify new words and also help you build a lot of vocabulary. Okay, so generally it goes something like this. For example, let us take a prefix un, which is not, and then we have a root, which is belief. Belief is to accept, and then we have a suffix, which is able. Able can be unbelievable. The word forms unbelievable. So someone, when you can't accept something, what do you say? That it's unbelievable, right? So next we have transportation. Trans means across, port is to carry, Asian is the process. So like this, generally the words are formed. Okay, so what you can do when you want to identify any word, you can just break it into prefix, root and suffix, and then you can try to identify the meaning of the root word and use your logic, and as per the sentence you can get the actual meaning of the word. Okay, see, the objective of these videos is to revise what you have already learned, and maybe you can learn some new words in this process. In these videos I'll be, especially vocabulary videos, we'll be doing some exercises, we'll be learning some new words. Okay, maybe in these videos you will find some new words and you will revise all the models that you have already practiced for other exams. Okay. Yeah, so let's see some of the root words here now. Okay, cred is to believe. Some of the examples could be credible, credit, incredulous, incredible. Incredible is when you cannot believe. Credible is when someone is, trustworthy. You can believe that person. And credit is, the amount which is believed to be retrieved again, right? So they are the words with credit and cred. Now we have port. Port is nothing but to carry, just like how we have seen in the previous example. Transport, portable. Portable is when something is movable from one place to other. Export, import, right? Then we have scribe or script, which is to write. Okay, we have the words such as describe, manuscript, inscription. Manuscript, manu is hands. Okay, when you write something with your own hands, that becomes your manuscript. Describe is when you write in detail, right? And inscription is when you inscribe on a stone or a metal, right? Then we have dict. Dict is to speak or say. That is why we have dictation, right? Predict is to say something before that happens. Pre is before, right? So pre is before and dict is to speak. So when you say something before it happens, it becomes your predicting, right? Then we have dictator, someone who rules through his speech. And then we have contradict. What is contrast is something opposite, right? I have contradicting views means I have something opposite views. So I have something opposite to say, right? Then we have chrono. Chrono is your time. Chronological order, like in history you might have come across this word, chronological order of kings, one after the other. Synchronize is when both of the parties are in the same movements. Okay, like I have to synchronize my steps with you, maybe in dance, right? Anarchism, anachronism is when they are not in the same time. right? When they are not in the same parallels. Then we have tele is far, television, telephone, teleport, all of these. See, television is nothing but what's vision, what you can see. Television is something that's happening very far away, but you can still see here, right? Teleport is when you move that. What is the meaning of port? It is to carry. Tele is far. When you're carrying something far, that becomes your teleport. And then you have telephone. Phone is nothing but audio, right? So telephone, something which is far away, you can hear it. So please observe that these are root words that we are discussing here. Okay, just by the combination of root words, you are able to form new words here. Right, then we have vid or vis, which is nothing but to see. That is why we have vision, video, visual. Invisible is to not able to see, right? And then we have bene, bene, which is good. That is why you have benefit, which is good to someone. Benevolent or benevolence is the kindness of someone. If someone is benevolent, that means he's doing good to others. Okay, benefactor is like your sponsor, who gives you money who gives you or any other person for the good, for some good objective. Okay, they are known as your benefactors. So these are some of the root words if you haven't known them till now, and you can see how combination of some words, combination of some root words give rise to new words. So it's always useful to learn these words. Okay, chalo. Now guess the meaning of the bold words using the root. Okay, let's see. We have learned what is cred, right? So what is the meaning of cred? Cred is to believe. Incredible is you are not able to believe. The magician's trick seemed incredible. Okay, they were not able to believe that he actually done that. Yeah, the student gave manuscript of her poem, just like we discussed. Man means hands, and script is when she read. So on a piece of paper she has written something and she has submitted it. He was known for his benevolent nature. Benevolent is when he is good, when he is kind towards others. Okay, next, the speech was full of contradictions, as we have discussed. Diction is to speak. Contrast or contra is when you have opposite. So his speech was full of contradictions. He was saying social media is good, again he was saying social media is bad. He was just contradicting his own views. Okay, let's transport these goods to the port. Yeah, we have already seen how transport also works, right? So like this you can try to identify the meaning of the words. Yeah, let's see how we can just fill these words. A person who writes is called a, so what is dict? Dict is when he speaks, right? Again, speaker, artist. But scribe or script, if you remember, is the one who writes. Even in competitive exams, if someone is physically handicapped and they can't write, we say that they are accompanied by a scribe. Scribe is someone who writes for them. Next, the movie was not dash as it lacked visuals. Okay, it lacked visuals. So is it, no, because it lacked visuals, can it be invisible? No. The movie was not visible. No. Again we have, the movie was not visual because it lacked visuals. No, these are too silly, right? It was not visionary. Visionary is something which is very, splendid, which was graphic, imaginary. So it was not visionary because it lacked proper visuals. Okay, next. He showed great dash in helping others. He showed great dictation. Dictation is definitely a negative thing. Credibility, no. Chronology, out of context. He showed great benevolence. That is, he was good. He was kind to others in helping others. Okay. Chalo. Now let's see next. Okay. Match the root words with its correct meaning. Okay. See, whenever we come across exercise, I want you to pause the screen and just look at them. Try to guess the meaning, and again you can just continue with the video. Okay, so just guess this. Okay, so if you have guessed, what is bio? It's very easy. It's life. What is dict? We have just revised it many times now, so it's speak. What is chrono? Chrono is again time. And what is bene? Bene is again good. Okay, so this would be your answer. Yeah, CADB. Okay, now let's learn some more words here. Okay, see, again I'm telling you the objective of these videos is to make you learn more and more words. Even though you have revised, these kinds of things would definitely help you, because you might become lazy learning. So at least if you watch some videos when I am speaking something, you might just listen and learn something, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so we have first word as dismissal. Dis is away, miss is send, and just a suffix we have here. So dismissal is the act of sending something away. Again, trans is across, we have already learned this. So miss is something new that we have learned today. Miss is to send, and shun is again just a root word. The act of sending across is your transmission. Interruption. Inter is between, and rupt is to break. Okay, so the act of breaking in between is your interruption. Rupt is to break. Okay, now subscription. Sub is under, scribe is write. Scribe is to write. So the act of writing one's name under signing up. Okay, you generally take the subscription of Netflix Prime Video, right? So subscription originally it has come through signing the name. So the act of writing one's name under something is your subscription. Then of course now it has you might have a different contextual usage, but originally it has originated like this. So remember that. Deconstruct. D is down or to remove. Struct is to build. So deconstruct is to take apart something that was already built. Okay. Yeah, let's see some more. Okay, find the root of these words. The scientists study geothermal energy to harness the heat from the earth. So we are talking about earth here. So if you, I think it's very familiar, just like bio, geo is related to earth. What is thermal? Thermal is nothing but your heat. Okay, so he is studying about the earth's heat, which is which is underground. The scientists are studying that. Her speech was filled with eloquence. What is eloquence? Eloquence is when she is very fluent, when she uses very good vocabulary. So that is why it impressed everyone. Okay. Next, eloquent. The root carries speak. The root that carries here is to speak. They plan to revive is to again bring something to life. Okay, revive is to bring something to life. They plan to revive old traditions in their community. Okay, the audience remained silent during the dramatic scene. Audience, see, someone who receives the audio, their audience, right? When a drama is happening, people just sit there and they receive the dialogues of the people who are playing on the stage, right? So that's how audience came into picture. The child showed reactive behavior. You know what's the meaning of reactive? Re plus, active is in motion. So yeah, reactive behavior during stressful situations, right? Next. Yeah, you can just focus on the roots that appear frequently in academic words, and you can also have a root word notebook. Of course, this is not for the present IIM series, just in general. Okay, these are tips in general, and you can play some games with prefixes and suffixes. See, you can make learning fun through these activities, and whenever you come across some different words in RC, I know you use contextual vocabulary to guess the meaning, but also try to point out the root. Okay, and also try to make a habit like how you use dictionary when you find a new word. In the same way, try to Google the root word of a particular word. That way, if you remember just 5 roots, you might learn 50 new words, or you can at least guess the meaning of 50 new words correctly. Okay. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Today we have seen some root words, right? In the next video, we'll discuss some synonym antonym questions. Okay.